woman happy, but I don't think they do it enough to help you guys out how to make a man happy, right? The great thing about men is we're fucking simple. We're fucking simple, okay? So here's the thing right here. You want to make a guy happy? If you're with a good guy, okay, this is also all you got to do, okay? How about 4 times a year, once a season? You go out to the kitchen without him saying shit. You go out to the kitchen, you make a sandwich, you get him a beer, you walk out, you give it to him, you don't say a word, and you just fucking leave.
Okay.
That's all you gotta do. Every 3 months, you do that, you keep him happy. That's all it takes. Now, I know right out of the gate this is coming off sexist, right? It's because I'm saying go out in the kitchen, make your man a sandwich. I'm not saying women belong in the kitchen, barefoot and pregnant, rubbing my balls. I'm not saying that. Okay? I'm just saying women, go in the kitchen. Just go in the kitchen 4 times in a year. Make a sandwich. A toddler could do that. Put it together. Grab 2 slices of pre-made, pre-sliced bread, 2 handfuls of pre-murdered meat, put a little mustard on it, grab a beer, walk out, just hand it to him, don't say shit, and then fucking leave. And when I say leave, I mean leave. I don't mean walk into another room for like 10 minutes and then stick your head back and just be like, did you like it? Was it good? Great. He's downstairs. We need to. Don't yell at me. I just made you a sandwich. I don't mean that. I mean leave. Get in the car and fucking get out of here.
Okay.
Take the kids, drive down the street, go see Lord of the Rings a couple of times, and leave your man in the stunned silence of what you just did. If you ever want to see your guy get emotional, you ever want to see a man get emotional, you make him a fucking sandwich that he didn't ask for.
You know, what's making me think about that? Probably 3 years ago, my brother came home. He had been working for like a really long day. He came home and I had went to Dollar Tree and I got Yoo-Hoo because I just saw it and I was like, I haven't had Yoo-Hoo in forever. My brother hasn't had Yoo-Hoo in forever. Let me get it for him. He's probably going to enjoy it. I get the Yoo-Hoo and I bring it home and I'm just like, hey, I got Yoo-Hoo. And he's just like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, what the heck? It's just you. But it's like someone cared, you know, like that was one of the first times I really saw how little things affect guys and how it can get them really emotional. Like he wasn't about to cry, but it was very like, golly, like you got me a Yoo-Hoo? Like that's my brother's like favorite drink. Really kind of any chocolate milk, specifically Yoo-Hoo and Nesquik. But it's just like I had a long day and then I come home and my favorite drink is waiting for me. And you know, in those little cartons, he was just so excited. And it's just so cute because many guys I've learned since then, the little things like women, I don't know. I've heard women say they like little things, but then they come out talking about I want a Birkin. So I don't really believe when many women say little things, but yeah, it just made him really happy. And it got me to thinking about how men really like the little things and how, you know, I've given a few compliments to guys and the way they just kind of not break down, but it's like I've never gotten a compliment before. I had a guy tell me that, like, you've never really gotten a compliment before. And I'm like, you look like a dime, but I guess even male dimes don't get compliments either. It's just, well, most women usually don't want to. It is a little bit uncomfortable. I personally don't care because it's just like, if you're funny, I'm gonna let you know. If I like your sweater, I'm gonna let you know. And I've done that to a few guys and the look on their face is just pure like, wow, like thanks for saying that. And it's just very sweet because it just goes to show how much they don't ask for and yet they still can't even get that. So yeah.
If you ever want to see your guy get emotional, you ever want to see a man get emotional, you make him a fucking sandwich that he didn't ask for. I'm telling you. He's gonna have to.
And that's another thing. The amount of guys I know who get happy over sandwiches, I don't know what it is about sandwiches. I really don't get it. I feel like they're okay. I just started liking sandwiches like 4 or 5 years ago. Never got it. It's whatever, but the way I've seen men be like, oh my gosh, meatball marinara, like a freaking roast beef steak sandwich. I'm like, it's okay. It's a sandwich, but it's consistent with you guys. A good sandwich will make you guys very happy. Maybe even emotional. And I guess if you get it from the girl that you love, even better. So yeah.
You make him a fucking sandwich that he didn't ask for. I'm telling you, he's gonna have to dry the tears with the bread. He's gonna be so shocked, like, you made this for me, and I didn't even ask. Oh my God! I think she still gets a fuck. Yeah. Quick story. Me and my wife bought a house in 2011, and by me and my wife, I mean I paid for it. She hates that joke, but I don't give a shit. It's true. She's always breaking my balls. Don't put your shoes over here. They belong over there. Yeah, well, I bought over there, and they bought over here, so I'll put my fucking shoes wherever I want to. Oh, shirt's coming off. Where's it going? Right? So we get into the house. She's scoping out the house because she's smart. She's finding rooms that get sun. She's checking out the closet space. And me, like an idiot, I want to check out the garage. For whatever reason, I'm drawn to this thing. And I go down, I open the door, and the last people hadn't cleaned it out. There was like a busted refrigerator, an old file cabinet, an ab roller, something from a luau. There was like 7 failed businesses in this goddamn thing. And I got to start lugging this shit out in like 90-degree weather as a redhead, hating my life, right? I got 3 hours into this job. My forearms were cut. I had dirt, sweat, cobwebs all over me. I wanted to burn down this fucking house. I was ready to leave, but out of nowhere, my wife showed up. Big smile on her face, and she'd made me a sandwich. Cut it in half diagonally, which is love, right?
It's the best way to cut a sandwich. It's the only way to cut a sandwich. Sometimes I go down the middle rectangularly because it's just like sometimes I'm in the mood for an even shaped like sandwich of rectangles, but more often than not, and what's funny is that I often do hate a triangular sandwich. This is a discussion for me, honestly. Triangle sandwiches, that's how you serve people, but at the same time I'm a little bit divided because sometimes I just want the rectangle. You just bite down and you bite it down like you piece by piece it. But if it's triangle, it's like the juice might come out from other angles, and that would just get me tight. And I don't like to just bite from the middle of a triangle sandwich. I have to bite from the corner and then work my way down. Sorry, this is weird, but I gotta bite from the corner like a chipmunk and work my way down, kind of like a little maze. Let's get back to Bill.
Cut it in half diagonally, which is love, right? They don't cut it in half. They might as well frisbee it at you. Like, here you go, you fucking piece of shit. Hose yourself off. You should live out here. You should live out here, right? Cut it in half diagonally, poured Fritos in the middle, and gave me an ice cold beer.
Oh.
She did that 5 years ago. Do you know, to this day, every once in a while, I still think about that sandwich. It's unbelievable.
That is so common. Like, the amount of guys, like, especially just seeing some of these comments from men on, like, other YouTube channels talking about, like, the simple things that they really enjoy that their wives have done, or, like, the little things in life that they still think about or have made them really happy. It is literally stuff like that, and it's never anything big because men don't get gifts or anything like that. But it's like, some lady complimented my sweater like 20 years ago and I still think about it. It's usually just these really small little interactions and little gestures that men hold on to forever. I actually would like to know some guys' stories because I've seen them and I kind of want to see more from you guys, and I want to see the men who have their little stories. It's very sweet. Like, literally, I was at Applebee's, I was picking up like my order, and the guy, he was very handsome. So I said to him, I was like, "Oh, you're very handsome." And he had the biggest smile come on his face, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't mean to make you smile that big." I didn't say that, but it's just like, this is so sweet. But it's things like that men never get, ever. And it's very sweet to see it be brought up again, where it's just like, my wife made me one sandwich 5 years ago, almost half a decade ago exactly. And that is one of the highlights of my life. That is so sweet, and I feel bad because I feel like a lot of guys don't get it. I've been reading under like some of these red pill, fresh and fit type videos. Some of these men, the stuff that they write, it's like their wives don't love them. Their wives don't care about them. They can't even like clean the house. They don't even want to say hello to them when they come inside. It's just take out the trash, clean the gutters, do this, do that, do this, do that. And it's like, a hi would be nice. And the fact that some of y'all don't get that, sorry about that. And sorry you can't even get a sandwich too. Just the little things, I hope some of you guys, anyone who's watching this video, all the boys, I hope y'all get like someone who cares to give you the little things. Same for the girls, but especially the guys, because y'all don't even get that. And if anyone really has a problem with this, any girl who has a problem with this, I feel like this is really not something to have a problem with. I think it's very small things. And I wonder, as someone who's not married, I wonder if this is one of those things that really keep the peace, keep a lot of love within the marriage. If you're a woman who's watching this, let me know. Does this keep your man happy? Do you do stuff like this to keep your man happy? I feel like this is what works.
Every once in a while, I still think about that sandwich. It's unbelievable. It just pops in my head like this fond memory. I'll just be like myself talking in the car. Remember that time she made me a sandwich? It was unbelievable. She cut it in half, Fritos with an ice cold beer. I felt like a king. That's all it takes. You know what it felt like in that moment? You remember that movie, Shawshank Redemption? You know that scene where the prisoners are drinking the beer on the rooftop with the sun in their face? That's what it felt like. The only thing missing was Morgan Freeman's voice narrating over the top. And for 20 minutes, Bill Burr felt like a free man. All right, I'm out of time. You guys were so awesome.